Hello there, I'm Fabio, and in the next 12 months, I will be developing one website or app a month. And to build websites, you have to build libraries. And one of the libraries that I'm planning to use is something that I've created, which is called React Applications, where, let me see if I can pull up the README. This library is a library that can do something like this. You call it, and you pass it a component with a React component with JSX, and you can use all of the features in React. I'm still working on React hooks, but they'll be available soon, probably. This is an example of a function component that just returns its child. So here we pass it a div, and we get the component. And you can also return objects, and this means that you can compose objects across a large amount of React components, and you can, for example, join a lot of strings, which we're going to do today, which I did today, and I'm going to show you. Join a lot of strings and reconfigure Nginx. So one of the things that's interesting about React applications is dynamic mode. This is probably the most important feature. The other one is just because it was really easy to implement. This is a class component. We have a did updates and a console log. So we're going to do this with the structure. And we're going to get its state. The state is the same as this here, foo bar. You can also do a diff between the old state and the new state, so you can, for example, if you're creating something like React Native Desktop, you would be updating your UI components, seeing which ones have changed, and change their properties as well. But yeah, here we're just kind of showing you how it works. So component did update, component will mount, component did mount, component will mount, all of them work, and they're called when you expect them to. And yeah, here's dynamic mode, here's React applications, and here's the server that I built that is able to reconfigure Nginx. So this is probably nothing new, reconfiguring Nginx, you're doing it every day when you do a proper deployment. Sometimes you have to reconfigure Nginx, depending on what stuff you're doing is. So here I have some object with the stuff that React is going to give me. We can set the status code of the /code page, and we can set the hello string for the /hello page. So hello is hi. Here we have a form where we can input the numbers. So for example, I'm going to do 420, and hello is going to be hiya exclamation point. So I'm going to submit this, and what this is going to do is, in the beginning we create an event emitter so that the application can subscribe to the events of these post requests. Get requests. Here we're just constructing URI, constructing the page, really easy stuff. We're emitting the hello encode event on the event emitter, and the event emitter is going to trigger app.js here. It's going to trigger setState, which is going to trigger a re-render, and what's rendered is this array. And when you subscribe to render, you have to the updates, you have onUpdate function. This is the previous state, this is the new state, and here we're getting the configuration, and we're joining the two strings that these components are returning in the array with 2/n's. So let's look at Nginx, sites enabled, default. So here's the configuration that we've written synchronously, and we've also reloaded it. So here is /hello, return 200 higher, /codes, you got code 420. So when we go to Nginx, when we talk to Nginx, because this is going to give you this is going to give you a weird response because you're not setting the response type to text, for example, or something else. So let's get hello. So it was higher, as you can see right here. This was higher, and codes is 420. And if we do a code /verbose, we can see that the status code is 420. So this is the first example of React applications. I will also be showing an example where I build a small game, an RPG game, and I'm going to use this as a state engine. We're going to model the character, the map, the character's direction, not the position because that would be performance intensive. This should be very lightweight. Let's hope so. I believe it's very lightweight. And yeah, we're going to model everything from music, sound effects, are just going to be components, and you're just going to be advancing on a list of components as time progresses, and you perform certain tasks, like moving to a certain space is going to be a component. We specify what the space is, where it is, and when the character moves to it, then the pointer moves forward, and we start having having stuff happen in the component that's next to it. If there's a child, it will also process the child, and so on. So this is how I'm going to build a game, and hopefully it's a lot easier than what people are doing these days, which is managing state manually. And also, one of the things that you can do with React applications, which is really neat, is you can use it instead of Redux to manage the state in your own React web site, right? So this is going to be a very easy way to manage your state, to manage your updates, to do undo and redo, for example. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. So watch this space, and bye.